There was a time when men were carved from silence, not noise, not performance, just presence. They didn't chase approval, they didn't flinch under pressure. They lived by a code built on discipline, control, and stillness. A code we've forgotten because modern culture teaches men to be soft, agreeable, always available. But the men who lived by that ancient code, they didn't explain themselves. They didn't seek to be understood. They led with energy, not effort. And that energy, it didn't just attract women, it moved them deeply, instinctively, without words. The ancient masculine code wasn't about domination, it was about mastery of the self before anything else. A man who could control his impulses, control his tongue, control his presence in the middle of chaos. That kind of man didn't need to chase women. He didn't need to persuade or prove. He became undeniable by the way he stood, the way he looked, the way he didn't react. Modern men are loud, emotional, always explaining. Ancient men moved with intention, said less, watched more, spoke only when it mattered. And women, they felt safer, more alive, more feminine, because they were in the presence of something unchangeable. That code wasn't written, it was lived, through action, through posture, through silence. You didn't need to tell a woman you were a man of value. She felt it, in the way you held eye contact, in the way you walked into a room without needing to be seen, in the way you chose stillness over attention. That kind of energy doesn't ask for interest, it creates it. Because when a man becomes unmoved by approval, he becomes unforgettable. And in today's world, where men seek to be liked, the one who doesn't care about being liked stands out like fire in the dark. If this is already shifting your perspective, subscribe and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning. The Stoic man isn't cold, he's centered. He doesn't chase emotions. He lets them rise, he watches, he waits, then he acts with intention, not reaction. That's the ancient code in motion. A man who can hold the storm, not become it. A man who doesn't need to speak to be respected. A man whose presence creates silence because it demands attention without trying. Women don't just want to feel your charm, they want to feel your control, your ability to stay calm while others fold, to stay rooted while others reach, to stay silent while her curiosity burns. When you live by the ancient code, you stop performing, you stop oversharing, you stop chasing moments, you shape them, you walk slower, you speak with weight, you look her in the eye without needing anything from her. And that's what makes you dangerous, in the most attractive way. Because women aren't drawn to chaos, they're drawn to contrast. The quiet tension between strength and restraint, the calm behind your eyes, the discipline in your presence. She doesn't know why she's pulled in, but she is, not because you forced it, but because you became it. Living by the code means you move with purpose, even in silence. You don't speak to fill space, you speak to shift energy. You don't react to her moods. You hold your frame while she tests it. You let her come closer, not because you need her, but because you allow her. That shift in dynamic changes everything. You're no longer chasing approval, you're offering access. And the rarer your energy is, the more valuable it becomes. She's not just interested, she's invested, not in what you give her, but in what she feels when you say nothing at all. The men who lived by the ancient code didn't talk about their value, they embodied it. Every movement was intentional, every pause had weight, every look carried presence. They didn't need approval to lead, they didn't need attention to feel powerful. And when a woman came close, they didn't rush to impress. They let her feel the gravity of their silence. That's what made them unforgettable. Not flash, not charm, but depth. Depth that couldn't be faked. Depth that made her question not who you are, but who she becomes in your presence. You don't need to reinvent yourself. You just need to remember what men used to be. Still, disciplined, unshaken. The kind of man who doesn't chase emotion, he commands it. The kind who doesn't try to be liked, he becomes respected without asking. The kind who doesn't move for attention, he moves with intention. This is the Stoic path, not new, not trendy, but ancient and proven. Subscribe, stay grounded, and remember, when you live by the code, you don't just attract women, you lead them.